A really good solid tip for writing is to use contractions. So we talked about writing a sentence, and when you write a sentence, it seems more, personable when you're using contractions. Instead of saying, I am walking to the mall, you can say, I'm walking to the mall. And this is important in conversation. You don't always want to use contractions in formal papers, such as an essay, but you want to use contractions when you're speaking to other people because it's conversational. This is formal. When you're writing formal things like essays, you're often distancing yourself from the person you're writing for. And the reason for that is because there's a professionalism that goes with writing something like an essay. But there's also, when you're in conversation, you're speaking to somebody over email, or you're just writing to a friend, contractions are very important to make something conversational. One thing I notice from a lot of people who English isn't their first language, they often fail to use conversational contractions. Contractions, basically, again, instead of writing I am, you're doing I'm. Instead of doing he is, you're doing he's. Instead of doing she is, you're doing she's. So you can put I am happy and I'm happy. He is happy and he's happy. She is happy and she's happy. Now these ones are what you want to use if you want to be formal. And informal, because if you're being formal, you're distancing yourself. So remember this. If you're writing an email or you're doing a job online, and I know lots of you are probably taking this because you're freelancing, not everybody, but some of you. And if you're working with somebody in a Western country and your first language isn't English, instead of saying, let me undo the highlight. Instead of saying, I am working on it, sir, working on it very hard, sir. See that? That's not as professional as I'm working on it. I'll have it to you soon. This shows you have command and strength. This is I am working on it very hard, sir. I get this a lot. You also don't need to call people sir, okay? So honestly remove this unless you're working with a teacher that requests it, or oftentimes people won't request that you call them sir. It's a little bit too much. They may request that you call them doctor or professor, or for short form, prof. But you're rarely going to have to call somebody sir. So don't do that. Use contractions. You see how important they are, how much they can help you. Use them in writing, but always remember your audience. For essays, write formally. And for conversation and virtually anything else that isn't being graded, creative writing, even if it is graded, stories, you want to use contractions all the time because they're more human. You don't want to sound like a robot, because if you sound like a robot, you sound like you don't know how to write. So use contractions. They will help you.